Greetings and welcome to my 5-minute snapshot of the North Carolina mountain real estate environment. Specifically, I focus in an area that's referred to as the High Country, and that is roughly an area that covers Ashe County, Watauga County, over to Avery County. And it's the High Country because it's the higher elevation of that section of the Blue Ridge Mountains. The higher you go, the cooler it is in the summer. So we've got probably a range from 2,800 feet of elevation in Ashe County. And as you move east to west and you move towards Boone, Blowing Rock, and then further west towards Banner Elk, Linville, and Newland, you're going from 2,800 foot elevation to as high as 5,000 foot elevation. And the advantage to that, obviously, well, maybe not obviously, is in the summertime, the temperatures will be 15 to 20 degrees cooler than they would be just half an hour down the mountain in the Piedmont of North Carolina. So if you're looking for a cooler summer environment, the higher elevation is going to get you that. Also, as you move in that direction, you run into more amenities, I'd say. As you get, Boone has Appalachian State University. That's got a lot of activities that, cultural, musical, sports. The area over by Banner Elk, Linville, has touristy attractions like Grandfather Mountain, a lot of interesting great hikes, waterfalls, Linville Caverns. And then also in that area, the elevation's high enough to support several ski resorts. So if you're interested in perhaps using a property in the summer personally, and then you'd like to maybe do some short-term rental, the opportunities are better in that, over in Avery County, because people will come up and they'll, want to ski, say, late December into early March. The other things that I would probably offer as caveats to keep in mind that are not obvious are much of this area does not have zoning if you're not in a planned community. So the advantage is you can kind of do what you want, and the negative is so can your neighbors. So in addition to looking at your photographs in the MLS or Zoom with a realtor, you want to make sure that you get a good view of what's around the property, what's the view from your property that maybe is not as idyllic as what's presented in the photos. Also, what is the approach to the property like? Sometimes you get down a road that's not completely paved and you have to drive through some areas that, just are less pleasant to look at. The other caveats I'd mentioned, we've learned this, in the fall of 2024, is with the flooding due to the hurricane/storm, there were many properties damaged and they didn't have a river nearby or a lake nearby. But the flooding was so bad that just having a small stream or a creek nearby that looks very benign most of the time can be a real hazard. It's very occasional, but it can happen. So you might be aware of that and just take a closer look there. They also, these are not bodies of water that would show up on a floodplain, so that's a caution. The other part of it is if you're buying a property that is very wooded, and if it had a lot of tree damage, again, in the storm, there's a lot of brush, trees, branches that are going to be laying on the ground for the next several years dry, and they're going to present a wildfire hazard. So if you do buy a property that the home is surrounded very closely with trees, you're going to want to look into getting that cleared out as best you can, as quickly as you can. So there's 5 minutes, and hopefully that's helpful. If not, I hope you'll give me a call or look up on my website for more information. Thanks.
away to a distant place, just us two, somewhere near